Makhanda, Eastern Cape, once a bustling and vibrant university town situated in the heart of Port Elizabeth, now a shadow of its past self.
Look, you cannot compare Makhanda with Stellenbosch.
I think it's obvious for everyone to see the state of the roads.
There's virtually no road left. It would be better if they brought a grader there and graded the tar out and gave us a dirt road there.
We sat down with one of the locals, Campbell Westcott, manager of De Beers Properties, and who's been in Makhanda for over 2 decades. He delved into the root cause for the road and pothole issue in the town.
I think there are a number of factors. One of the biggest factors is the breakdown of the railway links, which has now meant that we have extreme traffic with heavy-duty vehicles coming through the town, particularly where a big vehicle like that needs to turn. So where you turn around a circle, or at a stop street where you have to turn from one direction into another, those big heavy vehicles chew up the tar.
Makhanda has been experiencing pothole issues for many years, and many people do not envision the situation getting any better. One such individual is Robert van der Merwe, who is the owner of Tire Mart.
Anything can improve very quickly with good leadership. We've seen it in many sectors of our industry. Certain manufacturers have new leadership at the moment and they are doing things their way, and it's having a negative impact. The call I was on previously was the same sort. They're losing market share in sales, but you have an individual who's pushing an agenda. So I believe under the current governance it will not improve.
If you look at the streets like Somerset Street, your High Street, your Hill Street, your New Street, that has been resurfaced long ago before the festival. So it's just a misconception whereby people would say they have been fixed just because there was a festival. No, not at all. Also, even in the townships, you've got streets like Nompondo streets where, with the assistance of the team that has been appointed through Monument, with the funding from Skills Empowerment Fund that comes from the presidency, we've managed to fix also those potholes. So even far before the festival would have started.
When hawking and driving around Makhanda, it is quite obvious to see the extent of damage the roads have taken because of the numerous potholes. Campbell Westcott emphasizes this further.
It's extremely dangerous. I mean, roads where you should be able to drive at a safe speed of, say, 40 kilometers an hour, you're crawling along at 5 or 10 kilometers an hour because you can't drive at a normal speed. So, and at night, there's limited lighting on the street, so it's extremely dangerous. I've replaced tires and wheels on my Volkswagen Polo, and this can be verified by Tire Mark.
Many might believe that businesses such as Tire Mart benefit from the pothole issue because of the amount of vehicles sent to them in need of repair. One such individual was Rami Tlontlha.
So if he's happy to refund that money, so that's an extremely immature response. Extremely. It shows that he is not even qualified to be in the position. We are losing investment in properties left, right and center, and you think we're happy. It is a disgrace. That's what it is. It's a disgrace of leadership. I would resign if I was failing to that extent. That's again, ethics, values. Who are you as a person?
There are many non-profit organizations that take it upon themselves to fill up the potholes around town. We were in conversation with Hilton Hawkinson, who's employed by the National Arts Festival. The Industrial Development Corporation, in short IDC, are the paymasters for the fund which are paving the roads in the town. These funds are appointed by the Presidential Stimulus Fund and oversee all the financial restraints and payments for all the social employment funds throughout the country. The National Arts Festival does not pay anyone directly. It all comes through the IDC. So why was the pothole project initiated?
We just want to do as much as we can to work with the municipality. When we started the project in June last year, we spoke to the municipality, to the officials, and said, we don't want to take over your role, but anything that we can do to help you. And we found that work wasn't being done. We looked at the work that municipality in fixing holes, potholes, the methodology, the way they were trying to fix potholes, and we just said, you're wasting a huge amount of money, and we believe we can do a much better job with the money that's being spent on the way that potholes are being repaired.
There are those people who definitely fill the potholes on their own. You get organizations like Makhanda Revive, to make an example, who also, as citizens of this area, would take upon their shoulders to ensure that they assist in this process. But that doesn't mean that the municipality doesn't do its own obligation of ensuring that these potholes are being addressed. The latest example is when we fixed the area together with the assistance of the team from the National Arts Festival, right next at the CBD, next to Batches. As you know, that there were big potholes there. But together, the municipality, because the municipality procures the material to ensure that at least whoever wants to assist, they get the material from the municipality. So municipality is hands-on in ensuring that this issue of the potholes is being addressed properly.
Many would be questioning whether the municipality has the financial capabilities to pull off such a big ask as to fill up the potholes in Makhanda. Many locals and those looking in from the outside are questioning their financial situation and priorities, but it seems as if finances are not a problem.
Look, the municipality gets the finances through grant funding. But you also know that the municipality need to have its own operation budget, where it generates its own revenue. And it becomes a challenge when people don't pay rates, because that money also forms part of the operational budget. So we get the money by generating the rates, ensuring that we improve the revenue enhancement plan for the municipality to ensure that our operation budget then is able to address over and above the grant funding that we may be getting from other institutions.
It's clear to see that the pothole issue is a major concern, not so more than it is with regard to the impact it has on people's lives being in danger. But Hilton Hawkinson says the incident that occurred earlier this year was not a direct result of the pothole issue. He also touches on how the pothole issue has an impact on the locals' finances.
We don't believe that it was because of the potholes. That's the area we worked in Templeton Drive. We did a huge amount of road repairs in Templeton Drive, but the reason those lives were lost is because of, I don't have the police reports and everything, but we, from being on the ground and being part of it, it wasn't a matter of potholes and the condition of the potholes. It was youngsters that were traveling too fast, and what we believe is they could possibly have been under the influence of alcohol. So it wasn't got to do with the potholes. We had repaired the potholes, and possibly because we had repaired the potholes, they could drive a little bit faster than they would have been driving had the potholes still been there. Yeah, my own personal vehicle, I've had to replace all my shocks. I drive a Jeep, and I had to replace the shocks, the whole set, 15,000 rands worth of shocks because of the potholes. I do a lot of traveling with the project in both the east and the west. I cover probably 100, 120 kilometers a day, and my vehicles really have taken a big problem with that.
Makhanda, Eastern Cape. For some, the future looks to be gloomy. For others, hopeful. For all, the once alluring town wants to be seen in the horizon. There is no doubt that the locals here do not want to see one of the oldest towns in South Africa dying out. It all comes down to competence, care, and trust. Makhanda, between a pothole and a hard place.